Good. So how are we all feeling? Are we feeling good? We're feeling enthusiastic about the initiative? Yes, 2 thumbs up here. Any thumbs up at the back? Any thumbs up over there? Great. Maybe that'll be the symbol for the campaign, is like 2 thumbs up. So we've heard some great stuff this morning from a number of international experts on this initiative in terms of the research, in terms of how to engage communities on this work. And so what we're going to do for this next session up until lunch is break out into some small groups, and Irene will facilitate that breaking out session in a moment. Just a couple of housekeeping items. I was told the Wi-Fi is temperamental. If we're struggling to log in, it may be because we're typing the wrong password. If you type the wrong password, it'll lock you out for like 3 minutes before you can try again. So we didn't turn the Wi-Fi off on purpose. It is working. So please, we may have to be a little bit patient getting that working properly. We had some questions around the live streaming, because although we're in Europe and we're awake, some of us, America is just waking up. Some parts of the world are going to sleep. So the live streaming is going to be recorded, and it is going to be available after the event. And we at Green Faith will also edit some of the footage and make them available, as shorter sections as well from the different sessions and so on. So you can tell your friends or colleagues or family members who can't watch it live that it will be available for them afterwards. So as I said, we're going to break out into groups. Irene's going to divide us up into 3 in a mystical way that she only knows how. Something like that. And in these groups, they're going to be a larger session. We had the little buzz groups where we're talking in 2s or 3s, but this is going to be, hopefully about 15 to 12 to 15 people per group to really dive into this a bit more. How is this sitting with us? Do we feel any tension? Yesterday, 2 days ago, our team went out for lunch, and it was the first time our international team had got together, in person. And somebody raised the question, is this going to be a vegan lunch? And I'm not vegan, I'm vegetarian, but I'm trying to go vegan, and it kind of irked me a little bit, because we hadn't had that conversation even as a team about what our policy is around team meetings and where we go out to eat. And so we're certainly feeling tension, as we develop this initiative, and so I'm sure others in this room as well are feeling like, can I live by this? Can I faithfully share this with my community? It was Fletcher who was talking about, we have much more credibility if we're actually walking this path. So how is this sitting with us? How are we feeling about going back and sharing this with our communities? So those are the questions that we just want to have an open dialogue in these little breakout sessions that we're going to be having. So I'm going to ask Irene to do that. We'll have about half an hour in the breakout rooms. Each group will be asked to self-select a facilitator to avoid any kind of bias that our team may bring into your conversations. We really want this to be an organic representation of what you're thinking, where you're feeling with this. So please, when you go out into your groups, please self-select a facilitator who will lead the discussion. One of our team members will be in the room, but they'll be taking notes in the background. And when you come back to this room before lunch, we'll be asking a representative from each team to give a short report back on the conversation that was had. Is that clear? Does that make sense? More thumbs up? Great. 2 thumbs up. Fantastic. Excellent. Okay, so I think that's all I need to say. So Irene, do you want to tell them how they're going to go forth?
And multiply? Okay. We're gonna count off by 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll be divided in 3 groups, and in those 3 groups, I will then tell you which group goes to which room. So the knitter in the front row, you are number 1. We're gonna count off by 1, 2, 3. So you're 1. Someone in the back? One? We're looking for a one. Thank you. Okay, so group one will be in here. If you're a number one, you're here. Group two, if you have a number two, there's a room across the hall that is called K2. So just go over to K2. And then the third group will be with Nana. You're going to follow Nana to a far off place. Through the cafeteria. It's called S12 you're going to. So that's group three. Okay, so group one in here, group two across the hall at K2, and group three in S12.
Thank you. So we'll aim to be back here for 12:35. Let's say that. And I'm glad we're a religious group. I'm glad people didn't say we're all one, because that would have made it very complicated. So please, see you in half an hour.